welcome to the monthly gathering of the International Wine and Decklist Club. I'm Pipples.
Yes, and I, of course, am Veronica Vanderbilt.
Oh, and I'm a new guest. This month I'm joining in. I'm Marjorie Smythe Wilson Smythe of the Upper Winchester Smythes.
Oh, Marjorie, we couldn't be so happy to have you here on our lovely Decklist Club.
My goodness, as soon as we started this, I said, Pipples, do you know who we must have?
And you know who she said?
Who?
Jesus, but he's not available.
He's not.
But
I
Marjorie,
thought of you.
Yes.
Right after I thought of Jesus.
Yes, a second runner-up.
Second.
Or runner-up, as the case
You were
may
just
be.
first runner-up.
I have been told before that I am close to as good as Jesus. Of course, when you compare me to the lower Winchester Smythes, it's easy to seem godlike in comparison to those heathens.
Of course.
But my goodness, we never talk about the lower Winchester.
No. The one like Winchesters are, the name alone is in my mouth. I feel like I've eaten a load of doo-doo.
My goodness.
Anyway, as you know, we get together every month to discuss deck lists and wine pairings that would work with said deck lists. And I'm going to kick things off this week, and I brought a wine here that is just absolutely divine.
Yes. But first, I have to tell everyone the theme of this month's meeting.
Yes.
The theme of this month's meeting is, of course, modern. We're modern women.
Yes, we are. I once had a job for 2 days.
My goodness.
How horrible for you.
It was a nightmare, but I felt ever so modern.
I, of course, have been known to just walk about.
You have.
I do. It's so very contemporary of me.
Marjorie, what are you known for?
Mostly a life of leisure, as befitting a woman of my station. But I will have to get my au pair to try this walking around thing. Normally I just have Jeeves take me to and fro in the Bentley. But that sounds invigorating.
My first selection for this month is a lovely wine. Bogle wine here. Bogle wine. Have you tried this wine?
No, my goodness. I never have.
Not familiar with it.
It has a mix in your mouth. It has a mix of berries, which I think is emblematic of the blue manna in the Slippery Bogle's casting cost, and a hint of mint, which is the green manna in the Bogle's casting cost. So not only is it a delight to drink while you put pants on your hexproof duders, it's also thematic in your mouth while you're attacking, swinging for 20 with your daybreak coronet. Just a delight.
Oh, goodness.
Just a delight. Bogle wine.
Delightful.
Vintage.
A delightful selection.
2015. So, you know it's good. Oh, I just wanted to say, the reason this is empty is because I drank the whole fucking thing. But I wanted to point out that you can use a D20 or a life tracking dice as a bottle stopper.
Ah, yes.
Look at that. No air can possibly get in and your wine will be safe.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, you must preserve the delicate bouquet of Bogle wine.
Indeed. Veronica, what have you brought with you today?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, the first deck that I thought of was Lantern Control.
Oh, of course.
And so, of course, I brought just this one tiny drink. Because just as when you are playing Lantern, you are playing Magic and your opponent is not, when you are drinking with Lantern, you want to be able to drink while your opponent does not.
Yes, indeed.
So there's only enough for you, just like there's only enough magic for one player in any given match of Magic.
Oh, fabulous. I'm going to need some of that if you're playing Lantern against me.
But you shan't have it because it's all mine.
Lovely, Veronica. Simply divine. Marjorie, what have you brought us today?
Well, I thought wine, such a vital beverage, but there are only 3 inevitabilities in life, I think. Do you know what the life's 3 inevitabilities are?
Oh, certainly. A rich husband.
Yes. Delightful children.
And
my children aren't delightful at all. There's like 9 of them.
inheritance.
Well, those are my personal 3 inevitabilities, but I'm talking about the inevitabilities for the masses, the people who are not as fortunate to be us.
Yes.
I'm talking about death, taxes, and getting a raging hangover from a cheap bottle of Blue Nun. So,
Yes.
so
Wonderful.
I decided to do, of course, the modern list, death and taxes. So as we know, death and taxes, primarily a white deck, and of course, the Gewürztraminer is a sweet white wine. It's rich, flavorful, so bad it made the news. There's all sorts of wonderful things that you can say about that, but I can't think of anything better to be uncorking as you're just going off and getting maxed value with your blade slices than a nice rich bottle of Blue Nun.
The rush I get
Yes.
from shutting off someone's ability to search their library is
My
like
goodness.
none other. Is much like the feeling I get from the first sip of wine as I feel it coursing through my blue-blooded veins.
I think for added bonus, you could even serve it in an ether vial.
Oh!
It's very fancy.
Yes, Marjorie, you're so clever.
I went to college for entertaining. I did a whole 3-hour course. It was taxing.
Oh,
My goodness. Do you know what? Marjorie, I'm going to put you above Jesus on my next guest list.
excellent.
Yes.
I never spent 3 hours in any one room. I wanted to bring something a little different for this
yes.
next deck.
Yes.
Which I chose Burn,
Yes.
which is a format staple
Yes.
Burn in Modern.
Yes.
And I thought, what do I want to complement the feeling I get when I'm throwing lightning bolts at my opponent's face? The answer is, I want to feel a burn in my own esophagus, and we get that from Fireball whiskey, which I'm aware is not a wine. But to me, it felt like one, as I targeted them again and again with more and more burn spells. Ignoring their creatures completely, I took this and I just swinged it down and let the fire fall into my belly like a cinnamon bonfire. Fireball.
My goodness.
Yes, it's an all-around burn experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. You know, although I have to say that I also brought a wine to pair with Burn.
Oh, did you?
Because everyone is always telling me that it's a budget deck. And so I brought just a classic box wine.
Oh, box wine.
A classic box wine to go with it.
Oh, lovely.
Because I thought, you know, if you're playing Burn and you're on a budget, we understand being on a budget. We've all tried to budget and failed.
Ooh,
Horribly.
Daddykins cut off my inheritance for a period of 3 dark months when I was a rebellious teenager, and I had to move out to the smaller estate in the Southamptons, and I was just so sad. It was terrible.
My goodness.
A mere $15,000 a month. Oh, it was like I was practically begging on the streets.
Send a car.
You must have been quite the rebel.
Oh, I was. I told Daddy I would not go to Princess Anne's ball because she had looked at me funny. And he said that was not okay.
Well, she should not have looked at you funny.
She may be royalty, but, you know, I'm second only to Jesus.
You know, I've only ever heard horrid things about Princess
Well, you
Anne.
know, she can't look anything but funny, if you ask me. Oh, Marjorie.
Yes.
Who's next? Veronica?
Oh, let's see. I, of course, have here some sparkling white grape juice cocktail.
Oh, lovely.
And I thought that I would pair this with a deck called Mono White Devotion, which you're perhaps familiar with from Grand Prix, Oklahoma City, which I'm told is a place, though I've never seen it.
No.
Not on a map or anywhere.
It sounds dreadful.
It sounds dreadful. But I'm of the opinion that if you're a city, why go flaunting it in your name?
Yes, that's right.
So pedestrian.
It smacks of imposter syndrome.
It really does. If you're a real city, you don't have to say it. So, anyways, you may be familiar with Mono White Devotion, and like Welch's sparkling white grape juice cocktail, Mono White Devotion is quite fun, but it's not real.
Quite fun, but not real.
No, it's not real at all.
No.
It's not real.
It's a silly little deck and a silly little drink.
It's a silly little
A fabulous pairing.
No booze in here at all. What a shame.
Well done, Veronica.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Marjorie, what have you brought us for your second option?
Oh, well, I thought, you know, people love to play sort of the variations on collected company decks or sometimes cocoa decks. They're very powerful. They have synergistic combinations that sort of power them out. I feel like Devoted Druid, Vizier of Remedies, we've all seen those two working together. But, so I thought I would pick something that was both emblematic of the name and the experience. I just thought I'd go for some Vietnamese coconut wine, which is just palm oil, palm wine, and it's not available here. But I did go on a wonderful siesta, and I was traveling through Southeast Asia with Tiddles and Bodkins. I'm sure you know both of them.
Yes, we love Tiddles and Bodkins.
And we ended up deep in the Vietnamese jungle and just got, I would just say, plastered on this delicious palm wine, or in Vietnam, coconut wine. So it's rather like cocoa. It can get away from you a little bit, and it's quite strong and overwhelming. So that's what I went there. Yeah.
You know, I always say that plaster isn't just for decorating a house.
No, certainly not. Oh, well, these have been wonderful suggestions, I must say, and it's really got my tip up to play some water.
Yes. Quite the same. I cannot wait to perhaps sip on some Blue Nun.
Blue Nun, yes.
Yes, as I prevent players from searching the libraries. I can't wait.
I can't wait to tip back some of this red hot fireball as I'm throwing my own.
Wonderful.
And I am just entranced by the thought of this Bogle wine. I've never even heard of it, but it sounds delicious and spectacular.
Oh, yes, in fact. People tweet it at me almost every day.
It's so delightful. And Marjorie, you must come join us sometime.
Oh, you must.
You must.
Oh, I will next time I'm around by your estates.
And, you know, I know we'd never admit to doing something so coarse as playing darts, but I've got a dartboard with Princess Anne's face on it.